Alrighty. Whoop, I got my light on behind me. Okay. Give me just a sec. Okay. Now I don't have that weird blue spot in the middle of my forehead. Okay, hello again. This is Trice Majestus, and we're back in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Back to working on the community goals, so let's get in game and get things rolling. Hello, Zoltor. Welcome back. Hello, James. Welcome back. Alright, so how are we doing here? And where do we need to go? We shall see. Hello, Bahram Farsi. Welcome back. Alright. Whoops, I wanted to do this. Still in the top 75. That's good. Galaxy map. Galaxy map.
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
Yeah, that one's kind of emptied out. Okay. Next one on the list. 80E. Still 2 jumps, that's good. Hello, Mr. Mad Hatter, welcome back. Hello, Baz, welcome back. Yeah, I saw that. They added a couple more tiers, which is good. Apparently this is going to run for a fixed duration, and they're just going to keep raising the tiers until gets to the end. Retract landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Come on, move forward. Oh, that's why. That's a problem. Can I fit? Maybe.
Attention, Commander. Blockages will be removed forcefully. Clear this area now.
Okay, gotta find.
Please fly safely, Commander. You are clear of the station. Flight control out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, that's not good. Well, glad I don't live in New York.
Frameshift drive charging.
And hello, Tacita. Welcome back. Hello, Anthony. Welcome back. System map. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, not the right system. No. 80 Epicium. Oh, I read that. Ehrlich Dock. Wind Gateway. Ehrlich Dock. There you are. Yep, it's a. Oh, jeez, did I mess that up? Definitely CG hauling for the foreseeable future. At least until I get myself up into the top 25%. Then maybe I'll pull back, because that should keep me safe. Figures. Maybe time for a relog then. So I really don't feel like getting a fine every time I go through the email slot.
Zorgan Peterson, Tango Romeo India. Please comply with flight regulations as you approach the station, Commander.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. Prep for arrival on landing pad 0 9.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
500 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged.
System map.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Galaxy map. Galaxy map.
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
It's not that hard. In fact, you can even pass through with your gear down, which is something I tried earlier today. As you can see,
Ship detach complete. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
make sure nobody's gonna run into me. Retract landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Not hard. And I'll even do it going in on the other end.
All clear. Safe travels, Commander.
Temperature critical.
Nah, I think they're gonna stick with modular.
Frameshift drive charging.
Too much work to change it. Besides, that would take out several different gameplay loops. Uh-oh, too fast. Here we go loop-de-loo. Here we go loop-de-lie. Here we go loop-de-loo. All on a Monday night. Executing the loop of shame. I can see why they don't. It doesn't make sense. I can see wanting it as a player, but as the simulation side of me is like, yeah, that's not going to work. It's not that it goes anywhere. It's the way that
Mindful of other pilots in the area.
the jigsaws work. You know, a ship frame has a standard configuration, and that standard configuration is left with holes for various size things. Deploy landing gear. Open
Landing
hailing
gear
frequencies.
deployed. Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 3-9er.
Scan detected.
All right, do we have anything stuck in here? Nope. Okay.
Approach is good. Maintain current heading.
Deploy landing gear. Oops, I turned too soon.
Landing gear is already deployed.
Hup.
Would you like me to retract? Understood.
Oopsie. I turned too soon.
Landing complete. Clear to disembark. Welcome, Commander.
It's not where the space goes. It has to do with geometric configuration of the space. It just becomes unusable because you can't fit it. Has to do with geometry rather than volume. So if you've got a size 5 item in a size 6 slot, there isn't this. Yeah, there's a size 1 volume, but it's not contiguous. So you got a little above, a little bit below, a little to the left, some to the right, and you know it slides in and hooks in, but there's space all the way around, not in one location, because of the way modular systems work. So if you inefficiently pack modules into a modular system, you end up losing space. Hello, Hug. Welcome back. These new modules are strange. And shows a departure from the reality-based focus of the rest of the game. It's a gameplay change, not which I can't justify why it would do that. Unless we're talking new materials, so thinner walls, less supports, maybe. But that seems a lot of gain from a new materials perspective, giving you more space. So I don't know. Yeah, so I don't understand these new supposedly better cargo modules. It doesn't it's I find them annoying. Yes, I'll use them because it has an in-game advantage, but it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. It's a gameplay gimmick, and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, but for doing things within the game, I understand the gameplay gimmick. I'll use the gameplay gimmick, but it does for me take something away from the game because I can't logically explain that. If I could logically explain it, it would make I'd have absolutely no problems with it. I can't see gaining enough, even with new materials for the space savings they're claiming, um, which makes me not all that happy with it. I understand modular system. When you go down in size, when you go down in size, you can't necessarily, because of mount points and other things, fit another one of to fill up the space. I understand that. Now that being said, a size 8 slot, maybe you should be able to fit a couple of 2s in there, or maybe a couple of 3s. That would make sense too. But I don't know. You know, there's crazy stuff. Some of it doesn't make sense. Galaxy map.
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
Detach confirmed.
Retract landing gear.
Oncoming traffic when passing through.
Landing gear retracted.
Well, so far it's only cargo units, and maybe some of the cargo handling hardware inside the unit got improved and smaller, maybe, but would it save that much space? I don't know. I'm having a hard time justifying that much space savings. Will I use them? Of course I will, because it makes my life easier in game.
Frameshift drive
But
charging.
it's something that
Now lifted. Flight control signing off.
is going to rub me wrong for a while. Yeah, I mean, if the new bulkheads have less durability and other things, I could understand that. I don't know. Hello, Vagabond. Welcome back. And that could be. But if that's true, you're going to see. Well, no, there was no weight to the thing, so I don't know. So it's hard to say. Racks, handling equipment, that sort of thing. Maybe, maybe. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time justifying it. That's all. Um, And I know it's really, I could see one thing with this with the Panther Clipper having a couple of special size 8 racks or size 8 and a size 7 or whatever the heck it is, where these special more space ones could fit. I can understand that. I can accept that. That's not a problem. But then having these modified racks that will fit in a standard slot that have more room on something that's basically just empty space already? That's where I scratch my head and say, hmm. Now they're only available here from this CG, so they're limited. So maybe there's something special about them that gives them more space. I don't know. I can't see how. I mean, I understand it's a game, and they're going to do some things to make some pain points in the game easier. But for me, I really enjoyed the realities of the situation. And I just can't come up with the 35% space savings that they've worked into these racks. Um, yeah, absolutely. That was what brought me to the game in the first place was the simulation aspect. You know, this came out basically three different space games came out at the same time, and I played this one because it had the most realistic spaceship flight model. And that was my reason. That was the only reason. Flight model's still great.
Peterson, Tango, Romeo, India. This is the Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander.
And even this ship flies right for the size of its engines and stuff. It makes sense. The physics works. Open hailing frequency.
Requesting docking permission.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2-5.
Scan detected.
I hear something coming in behind me. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
I'll read what you guys are saying in a sec once I land. Alright, what are you guys saying?
Touchdown confirmed. Clear to disembark.
Well, don't fly shieldless. If they wanted to use missiles against me, I'll just ignore them. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'd blow them to pieces. But
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
galaxy map.
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
Fly without shields, you take a risk. Retract landing gear.
Detach confirmed.
Landing gear retracted.
Ozzy Osbourne. Nice name, Tacita.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hello, Mr. Thorpe. Welcome back.
Fire zone. Have a safe trip, Commander.
3 each now? Really? Braven Tunnel of Doom.
Frameshift drive charging.
Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. Sit down on landing pad 40.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Ah, hit that stupid tower.
Landing complete. Docking restraints
One more
engaged.
run.
Welcome, Commander.
Where do you see that information, Mr. Thorpe? Ah, well, I don't see anything there. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Galaxy map?
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
Or maybe it's something they're going to do. I don't know. Retract landing gear.
Dutch confirmed. You are clear to
Landing
leave.
gear retracted.
Ah, okay. Well, they've done that.
Clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
They have certainly done that.
Damage critical. Frameshift drive charging.
Cool. I wish I could still do stuff like that. Maybe I will be able to again someday. Gonna take a lot of work, though. And I'm sure at least one, if not two people have passed my number of summits on Monadnock, too. I have over 600 summits on Mount Monadnock. I was, when I was still doing it, third in lifetime summits. But I'm sure I've been passed since then because it was a trail runner who was doing multiple summits per weekend, so I'm sure he's passed me by now. And I'm not even close to number one, Mr. Larry. He has an insane number of summits. I don't even know the number. It's big. Nice. Well, Mount Monadnock here in New Hampshire is the second most summited mountain in the world, behind Mount Fuji. And it's not even a close comparison. But every weekend, while the weather's good, several thousand people summit each day. So it's crazy. It's a conga line going up and down the mountain. White Dot Trail of Mount Monadnock, 2.5 miles long, half a mile rise. And I've done it a lot. Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Yeah, Monadnock's crazy. I mean, it's just absolute conga line going up.
Landing permitted. Set down on landing pad 40.
Scan detected.
Get out of my way, ship.
Maintain heading and throttle your speed, Commander.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown confirmed. Clear to disembark.
That sucks. I hate it when people don't respect the environment.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Galaxy map.
Here's the galaxy map, Commander.
Maybe one of these days I'll have to see if I can summit Monadnock again and record the journey up. It's quite interesting. Retract landing gear.
Ship detachment
Landing gear retracted.
My daughter would not yet. Well, she'd like to, but maybe one of these days I can get her to do it. But I think we've got a different trail we've got to do first. Just to get her in shape for Monadnock. And get me back in shape for Monadnock. Right now I could barely make it to the bottom of the first steep pitch. I don't think I could even get up it. Never mind, continue from there.
All clear. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Well, the interesting thing is the trail's pretty flat to begin with for Monadnock. And the top of the first pitch is about 1.25 miles from the parking lot. It's that last 1.25 miles where you go up a ton.
Frameshift drive charging.
Mm. Back shortly after college, a bunch of my friends and I made an event together, which we called Extreme Portage, where we carried 2 canoes to the top of Mount Monadnock. And funny thing is, it had rained the day before, and there was a pool of standing water up at the summit, actually big enough to float a canoe. So we did. Everyone up there when we were up there that day was able to get in, take pictures in the canoe on the top of paddling in a canoe at the top of a mountain. Not that they could go more than 6 inches because the puddle wasn't that big, but we still put 2 canoes on the summit. One of my friends, who was the one that arranged the whole thing, got in touch with the park. They had the park photographer, and everything was coordinated, and we had permission to do it, so that was fun. And we timed it right and actually had water at the summit, which was crazy. Taking the canoes down after was a lot harder than bringing them up because the trip up, we were all beat. But we had to lug them back down. A couple of the guys who were in better shape than the others took most of the brunt of bringing them down. That was crazy. I would never volunteer for doing that again. That falls in the young and stupid category. But we succeeded. Didn't make it smart, but we succeeded.
Tango Romeo India. Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area.
Open hailing frequencies. Open hailing frequencies.
Requesting docking permission.
Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 3-2.
Scan detected.
Ah, did it again. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
I always turn coming out of the mail slot too quickly.
Landing complete. Docking restraints engaged. Enjoy your visit, Commander.
Ooh, I made the top 50. Nice. 7,546 units. Excellent. Yeah, well, it is a work night, so I got to call things here. Alrighty. At this point, I'd like to thank everyone who came along for the ride this evening. It was great having you all along. In the stream chat, we have Zoltor, James, Baz, Bahram Farshi, Mr. Mad Hatter, Anthony. Let's see. Hug. Vagabond. And Mr. Thorpe. Thank you guys very much for joining me in the stream chat this evening. It was great having you all along. So, at this point, we are very much out of time since it is a work night and I need to get a decent amount of sleep. So, we're going to leave things here. Pick it up again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now. This is Trice Majestus signing out.